So in today's video, I give you some ideas that can help you, other people, when we don't want to talk and we don't want to share things and keep it all inside, but still want some changes to have happen. One of the things that came to my mind that I'm going to try and explore today was about what do we do when we don't want to talk, when we don't want to share with someone else. This could be friends or family or someone in your community. When does it feel that we want to keep it inside for longer? And I want to talk about how we can work with that and use it to actually still make the changes you're after. So that's what I'm going to offer today. But I want you to I invite you, shall I say, to consider that you do have all the answers inside you. You don't necessarily know where they are, but you are willing to entertain the idea that within you, you have the capability to achieve the things you need. With that in mind, one of the ways I go about handling those situations where it's about just keeping it internal is to voice it in some form, to externalize what's going in our heads. Now, there's a couple of purposes behind that. It's one that I've often mentioned. The thoughts that we have aren't just little packaged thoughts which sit inside little slots and they're there kind of compartmentalized positions, not pigeonholed. They have these balloons of emotions around these little things which really amplify the meaning. And that really sits in our head in disproportionate amounts so that it's tricky to access them and really contain them. The way to deflate some of that emotional energy they have and actually begin to use them more is to get it out. The point I often mention is about becoming aware of what we're doing. And this is a step of awareness. So we do this by 2 points. Is either writing it down or actually speaking out loud. Now, the difference on the speaking out loud isn't just to talk it out, but to actually record it in some way. Now, pretty much all phones at the moment will have some sort of voice memo feature. And I ask you to try this out. Talk into that as if you're recording it. Now, why would that make a difference over you just talking out loud? It's a subtle change, but I think what we have is a sense of when we want to record something, we're going to be a bit more purposeful in our thoughts. We're going to be a little bit more focused, with a little bit more attuned to an outcome, thinking to explore what's going on or to examine it further. So we kind of have a sense of a weird accountability to the recording feature to give accurate information. But if we're talking out loud, we can do a similar thing, but we can go off topic a little bit and wander off and go off and do something else. The recording, we're kind of like conscious, it's recording as we're talking, and we're conscious of our silences. It just pulls you in a little bit more. So that's a great way of doing it. And the other way, as I mentioned before, was writing it out. Again, it's another process of externalizing what's internally happening for you. So this can be a written diary, a notepad, a scrap of paper where you simply bullet point things down. It doesn't matter, there is no right or wrong in how you're going to achieve this. It's just the way you're going to do it and it's natural to you. So I'm not going to give you a template that says, right, ABC, you must write out in a certain way. There are a variety of ways. What I want you to do, if anything at all, is to start and just see what happens. See if you want to write a paragraph, or see if you want to write some bullet points. Whatever comes naturally to you first, take that and try it. Even if it feels like, well, I'm not too sure it's going to work. Because it's the first thing that came to your mind, that's kind of good enough for me to start, like, just try it and see how it goes. In a similar way, the voice recording, see how that works for you. I mean, maybe it's not the great fit, fine. Try something else, which is going to be maybe writing it out, like I say. You've got two options there. What we are doing is still maintaining that kind of inner wall for us to process what's going on, but we're still getting a point of engaging with it, looking to understand it, trying to get some lessons from it. So why are we doing all this? Well, once we've got the idea that we've got an awareness of what actually it is that's on our mind, or we want to understand specifically what's going on, we can kind of get more focused on what it is. Stepping it out from the internal to the external to that awareness, often, it'll do two things. Often, one, it'll actually throw up solutions you hadn't thought of. by us kind of unloading our brains, we have space in our heads to process other things. And what can happen is we come up with solutions, or we come up with some more ideas of things which are in our minds. But we've kind of removed the upper layer of thinking, that's been put to one side, and we can now work on the other layers below that. And often solutions can bubble up and surprise us where we're thinking about something else, where, oh, here's an answer I hadn't thought of. So the win that I want you to focus on, and why we suggest to do this, is because we're releasing that top layer to allow some solutions, some creativity to come through, and that is very valuable. So with that awareness, as I say, we get it out, we de-escalate the emotional package which comes with the words or the things we're thinking about. They become more tangible, potentially more actionable things may come out of there, but that doesn't matter. It's simply about becoming aware, becoming to notice that's what's actually going on for you. So the questions that you can ask as you unfurl this thinking is to say, well, what's this meaning for me? What does that mean for me? And keep on, like I've done another video about getting to the core of your feelings, unlayering it. Keep on asking, and what does that mean for me? And what does that mean for me? And we get closer to some often we get more and more specific to a point of actual kind of easy action. You say, okay, great, that's a nub of things. I'll take that and I can go and do something with it. Or you'll go, right, all that meant just that thing here. Right, well, I can go and sort that out. And that's hugely powerful. And my big pause was because I also appreciate it's a little scary. It can be daunting at the very least, but can be scary at the most to actually start to really investigate what's going on for us inside. But that's why the writing or the speaking is actually quite useful, because it's quite a gentle way to do that. I appreciate talking to friends or family or community in general. It can feel like a big thing. You may not want to expose what you consider to be a vulnerability or see in some way that's a bad light or whatever you may be thinking. But the win by this is you're doing a gentle introduction to understand what's going on. You have so much capability within you. All the resources are within you to create the change you're after. We just need to take that step over the edge where we are looking to actually engage with it a bit more, and rather have it hidden or burden us any further. We're actually exchanging that to the external and making it something we can work with. And when we don't want to talk to someone, this is one of the best tactics I can think of, where we are acknowledging we want to keep it inside, but still looking to create some change. So I hope you got some value from that and some benefit. I think there's a lot inside there which you can take away, and in a way respects people's or your need to keep things internal. Don't forget this advice applies to friends and family. Give it to them if they want to, because that's really important, because they may need that space to process what's going on for them. So if you got some benefit, please like the video, leave a comment if you would like to, and then if you can, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget to click the notification bell, otherwise you're not going to see the videos coming through every day. Other than that, have a wonderful day wherever you are.